And welcome back to Action Figure Obsession. This is part two of my look at what's in the box. And you'll notice that there's some other stuff that I got out of the box, and I did a little research in between part one and part two because there were some things that I was unsure of, and now I'm a little more sure. So what we have here is the 2014. It was part of the Marvel Legends Infinite series, and it is the World War II Captain America from Captain America the First Avenger. It has a much better resemblance to Chris Evans than the original figure did because I have replaced it with the head, I believe the head from the time-traveling Captain America from Avengers Endgame, if I recall correctly. This head suffered one of my most, as you will recall, one of my most dreaded problems with action figures. When the flesh tone is painted and the skin tone paint gets scraped off the nose and they have a big gash on their face where there used to be a nose. Yeah, that happened to the original head from this figure. But this head, actually, I think the blues match okay. It's not a perfect match, but, it's a helmet. Doesn't have to be exactly the same shade of blue, right? It doesn't look bad, right? For a, 12-year-old Captain America figure, Captain America movie figure. Now, here's the thing about this figure, and this is the second time I have owned this figure. I think I got this one used for a pretty good deal. First of all, it's got the crappy vinyl shield. It's not even a hard plastic, and it's kind of warped. I have another one of these here somewhere, I think. The other one that I have is really, really warped and really beat up. This one isn't in terrible condition. But being that it's got that nice metallic blue in the center, but it's not a great shield by any Marvel Legends standard. What was I going to do? Oh, so this is the World War II Steve Rogers from 2014 Marvel Legends figure. Now, you recall the MCU Marvel Legends are usually shorter than the comic book Legends. And this one is even shorter than another movie legend. So let's find a typical height Marvel legend. Here's a Sunfire body mold. And we'll put the old Son of Satan behind Cap here. Make sure it's a fair comparison. And he's almost a full head taller. This figure, this Captain America figure, thank you, Damon. This figure is, it's a handsome figure. Now, as I say, I did replace the head because it had damaged paint. I also replaced the weapon. It had, like a silver and black weapon, and I replaced it with the silver pistol from Union Jack, which is not a great pistol either, but I think that I gave the original weapon that he came with to somebody else because it was too nice looking to leave it with this sort of not ideal figure. I'm not sorry that I have it, but the thing is, let's work on his feet a little here. The thing is, it looks great by itself. It is definitely, and we could really use an update of this World War II uniform movie cap from the first Avenger. Because this one is it was way too small when it was released even. I'm sure it was the shortest figure in the wave that it came in 2014, and just compare it to, this 2012, 2 years earlier, this Commander Rogers figure, and this is the older one with the janky hips, but the head sculpt that I really dig. It's kind of almost like John Wayne, kind of Steve McQueen. I don't know, and this is the glossy one. I have two of these. Here's the other one. For some reason, okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 figures fell over. This one is a matte finish on the face, and this one is glossy. It's so bizarre to me. So bizarre. I'm not upset. I'm not upset that the figures fell over. It was only 4 figures. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But anyway, yeah, so the box that I had mislaid or forgotten what was in it, when I found the box, when I looked at it, I thought to myself, why is that box on the floor? And all of a sudden it hit me. That's where everybody is. So that's where these guys were, the John Walker movie cap or TV show cap, whatever it was, and the Winter Soldier Stealth Captain America, which I have now given the prototype shield to. And you got this guy here, which is a pretty good Chris Evans World War II Captain America, except for the fact that he's about an inch too short. So I've never really known what to do with him. Also, the look at the hips. The hips are kind of wacky. Again, 2014. I think this body mold was probably all new. It was probably newly sculpted, but it was really before Hasbro even had a clue about about how to handle hips. I mean, you know, just 2 years before they were giving us these monster hips, and you know they were trying, but yeah, if I put him first in line, he looks like he's tall, right? Okay, so then there's everybody else. We already looked at Deadpool in part 1. Put him over here. And, okay, very gentle. Should I clean up from the mass casualty event? So now 0 days. Reset the timer. 0 days since a mass casualty event. Old man Kazar. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I wonder if I'll even be able to get this guy back up because he's got those janky hips and he's dropping his gun. Oh boy. All right, he's going to stay there, but his gun is upside down now. So we lost Quicksilver. And Wolverine. Let's see if we can. This Wolverine sometimes doesn't want to stand up after he falls over. He's kind of leaning forward. But I think, all right, I think we're going to be okay. Reset the sign. 0 days since the last mass casualty event. So these guys are the other guys that were in the box with the Captain Americas and Deadpool. There was also a Batmobile in there. Remind me, maybe I'll show you that catastrophe. This is a minty fresh Indiana Jones Adventure Series short round. And when I say minty fresh, I don't think I've ever used him for anything because I have the other one in my display with my Mezco Indy. He's got a cloth goods coat. He's got a removable baseball cap. Whoops. And whoop. Camera's still going. We still going? There, we're still going. Fuck it. We'll do it live. So he's got the Yankees cap. Very cool. I got the second one just so I could get another fedora. So where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? What'd I do with him? That is so weird. Oh, there he is. My goodness. Scarlet Spider has the fedora, probably from this short round right there. And the other one is on the head of Sir Patrick Stewart. My Sir Patrick Stewart kit bash. So little shorty, short round here. He was in the box. I don't really know what to do with him. Don't really have a use for him at the moment, but I figure having a little kid action figure, you know, at some point that could come in handy in a diorama or a photography shoot, whatever. Now this guy, I lost his glasses. Do you know who this is? Do you recognize this face? I believe this figure was made by Funko. Do you know who that is? That is Gus Fring, also known as Giancarlo Esposito from Breaking Bad. And I just remembered, I think, where did I see that head? There's a head here somewhere with a pair of glasses. Because I lost his glasses, see?
Yeah, I lost his glasses, see?
Yeah. I'd like to put another pair of glasses on him because he looked really good when he had the glasses. It looks a little more like Gus Fring with the glasses. But, of course, he could also be, Sidewinder from Captain America Brave New World, right? This is the most motionless action figure you're ever going to see. I think his head rotates, and that's it. And he's fixing his tie. Maybe this is the scene right before he gets killed in Breaking Bad, if I recall correctly. Spoilers for Breaking Bad. Sorry about that. Hashtag sorry. It's just a statue with a movable head. It's all it is. But I've always kept it because it's a 6-inch figure. And I think that, I could use him in the background of something. It'll be fine. It's just a guy fixing his tie and thinking about his chicken restaurant and his crystal meth business and whatever. But he was in the box. I can't bring myself to throw them out. I just can't quit you, Fring. This is of historical interest to me. It won't stand up to save the day, but I think it's because he's got the backpack on. If I took the backpack off, maybe he could stand up. Let me see. Can I do that? The back bling, as they call it. Come on. Yeah. There we go. So this is, I can't remember his name. I want to say Nautilus, but I don't think that's it, but it's something like that. This is the very first Fortnite figure that I ever bought. It was made by Jazzwares. It was part of their Legendary Heroes line or Legendary Fortnite line, which I think was called that because the people that worked for Jazzwares at the time had worked for Marvel Legends in the Toy Biz days. And it has the Toy Biz style finger articulation. You'll notice there's joints on the fingers. It doesn't like to stand up. The feet are really small. Really, really small, like Bucky Cap size feet. But it's basically a guy in a spacesuit or a scuba suit. I think this is supposed to be like a scuba suit. They did re-release this as a guy in a spacesuit with a black helmet. Same exact figure, but it's much cooler looking. I have that with my Fantastic Four display. Here's his back bling. This is his backpack. So I guess whatever it is that he is drinking or eating is in the canister there. And there's some knobs there. They don't turn, and that's, the little peg goes in his back, and then he can't stand up. But he can stand up okay without it. The coolest thing is the head sculpt. And it's not why I bought this figure, but it certainly didn't make me sad that I had it. No, I bought this figure because he came with a bucket of popcorn. And a very convincing looking bucket of popcorn at that. But the fact that it's a guy in a scuba suit with a fish for a head, hashtag action figure obsession. Sometimes you just buy a figure because you look at it and you go, I can't even believe A, that exists, and B, it's so cool. Look at that. Got a fish for a head. So that was the first ever Fortnite figure that I bought. Most of the Fortnite figures that I bought over the course of buying Fortnite figures, I bought them for the accessories because they came with awesome things like a bucket of popcorn. And I'm trying to think of what else did they come with that I thought was cool. Now I can't even remember, but yeah, most of the Fortnite figures that I bought, and none of them are as cool as that. That is just, it's such a cool figure. It's just such a cool figure. And then the final two people that were in the box are Captain Rogers from the What If animated series, or no, Captain Carter, sorry. And she always ends up back in a box because she has really, really terrible feet. She does not like to stand up. But since I recently, had my epiphany about heating up the feet and just working them until they work, I think that I'm going to give her some heat on her feet and see if I can make it work. It's a beautiful head sculpt on her. Looks just like the actress. Peggy Carter, played by, it's not coming to me. I forget the actress's name. I'm so sorry. She was so good in those movies, too. And on, when she had her own show there, right? Was it just called Agent Carter? Am I wrong? I don't know. And then we have this weird Kit Bash. I think this body is the Secret Invasion Nick Fury that was buried in a traffic cone overcoat and had, like, zero articulation. And I threw the coat away because I was hoping the body would be usable, and it's unfortunately pretty blank. And the sleeves don't really match the shirt. There's a little bit of wrinkles sculpted on the shirt, but you can tell that this shirt and torso were never really meant to be seen. It was supposed to be under a coat. And I gave him a movie T'Challa head, Chadwick Boseman. I don't think this is the one that really looks like Chadwick Boseman, but and then he needed hands because I used the hands for Blade. Now that I remember that Blade the other day when I said I had taken the gloves from somebody to give them to Blade. This is the figure I got the gloves from. I remember it now. It's all coming back to me now. And then he's got the I think these are comic book Black Panther hands from like maybe the Walmart exclusive from like 2015 or whenever that was. That Bucky Cap Walmart Black Panther. I don't know. I feel like there's enough good bones there with that to do something with that and turn it into a usable Kit Bash. It's got decent feet. It can stand up. But I haven't figured it out yet. Haven't cracked the code. So this was everything that was in that. No, it wasn't. No, it isn't everything. It's almost everything. I see the Batmobile is too far away. But this isn't. This is one of the other things that was in the box. Reaching back and grabbing stuff. Surely you recognize this vehicle. I wonder if I can assemble this. I wonder if I can assemble this one-handed. Or am I going to have to, send you to space, the final frontier? This is one of the two. Oh boy, yeah. Give me a second. Give me a second.